Can you walk us through what a surprise medical bill is, first of all, and then what Chris found?
So a surprise medical bill is, by definition, something you didn't think you're going to have to write a check for, right? So you go in for a procedure. So let's suppose it's me, and I get my hip replaced because that's happened, and I'm thinking, okay, I got my insurance coverage and I'm good. Don't have to worry about it. I'll pay my deductible. It's going to be a couple $100, and off we go. And then I get a bill that says, oh, by the way, it turns out the anesthesiologist was not covered by your insurance. He's not in your network, even though everything else in that hospital is. Every procedure is covered. There's this piece that's outside the network, and so they bill directly. So I get a bill from my anesthesiologist for $15,000. It's like, whoa, that's the classic surprise medical bill. Like, I just assumed because he was operating in the same hospital, he's part of the same network, and I wouldn't have to worry about it. So, that becomes the issue. It also, can show up most frequently with emergency care because you go to some place because you have to, not because it's in your network. And so there are two flavors of this, really. Question becomes, who's going to pay? So if it's not going to be me, the patient and slash beneficiary, it's either going to be my insurance company paying a big price that they had previously just had a contract to avoid, right? They weren't in the network, so they weren't going to deal with them. They're too expensive. You're supposed to go to an in-network anesthesiologist and they get reimbursed a lot less. Or we're going to make the anesthesiologist cut their bill back and eat a fraction of their fee. So this is really a hot potato question, right? I mean, if you don't want people to get surprise medical bills and you want the same care to go on, somebody's going to have to get less. Either the insurer pays more or the provider gets paid less. And the states have, come and grappled with this to a great extent. I was surprised. I thought Chris did a great paper. It's worth taking a look at. I thought, this would be one of those things where 3, 4, 5 states had done something like this. It's in the 20s. This is an issue everywhere, and states are taking it on. There seem to be stylized a couple of different pieces to a solution. Like, piece number one is the patient slash beneficiary gets protected. So I don't have to pay the bill. So now we got to carve it up between the insurer and the provider. And you can do that in a number of ways. You can have a price set by the law. And so you look at the average for commercial rates in the area and say, that's what you get, right? So you can pick a price and just give it to them. Or you could have, and there are many flavors of how you pick the price, but something like that. Or you can say, all right, you guys are just going to have to thrash it out. Good old-fashioned negotiation. And so you can have a negotiation period. Sometimes there's 2 steps to that. We say, okay, you get a minimum payment from the insurer, and then you can go negotiate with the insurer to get the whole fee if you can, or see where you guys settle out. That's a matter of the negotiation. And the third flavor is, instead of actually negotiating, you go to an arbitrator. And so provider provides what they think they should get, insurer provides what they think they should pay, arbitrator makes a decision, off you go. So there are a bunch of different flavors out there. And the takeaway I have from this is it's been possible at the state level to negotiate these differences among the interested parties. We ought to be able to do that at the federal level. And since most sort of areas that you care about, metropolitan areas and hospital coverage zones, things cross state lines, it's probably better to do it at the federal level, right? If you're in the DC, Virginia, Maryland area, there's a good chance that you're going to end up crossing state lines for some of this stuff. Same's true in the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, things like that. You just have to worry about those things. So Congress has come to grips with this in the past and failed to get over the finish line. Might be time to try again.